Steve, will you talk to us? Thank you.
And if you have any sentences about it, please.
Hey.
I believe that the appeal in this case is bulletproof. The issues, the constitutional issues involved in this case are very important, but Mr. Bannon never got to tell the reasons for his actions with respect to the subpoena, never got to tell his story because the government insisted from day one on prohibiting any mention, any evidence, or any discussion to go before the jury as to why Mr. Bannon reacted as he did to the subpoena on the advice of counsel.
I respect the judge. The sentence he came down with today is his decision. I fully respect. I've been totally respectful of this entire process on the legal side. More than any person in the Trump administration, I testified before the Mueller Commission for more hours. I testified in front of Chair Schiff in the House Intelligence Committee more than any other person in the Trump administration. I testified in front of the Senate Intelligence, I think more than any, all about the issues related to Russiagate, to all of that, okay? The same process every time. I had lawyers that were engaged, they worked through the issues of privilege, and at that time I went and testified. And this thing about I'm above the law is an absolute and total lie. On November 8th, there's going to have judgment on the illegitimate Biden regime, and quite frankly, Nancy Pelosi and the entire committee. And we know which way that's going. Either they've already been turfed out like Liz Cheney, right, or have quit like Kinzinger and other the Democrats, or they're about to be beaten like Luria and others, or they will lose their power and become a minority, and Nancy Pelosi and Chairman Thompson, all of it. This is democracy. The American people are weighing and measuring what went on with the Justice Department and how they comported themselves. They're weighing and measuring that right now, and they will vote on November 8th. On November 8th, the American people will raise judgment, and we will groom. The Biden administration ends on the 8th evening of the 8th of November. And some other thing is that the Department of Justice, Merrick Garland, will end up being the first Attorney General that's brought up on charges of impeachment, and he will be removed from office. Thank you very much.
What do you think the judge said? Bueno, eran las palabras en el asesor.
Steve Bannon, even though he is now seems to be in real trouble, his career up to this point refutes a lot of those people who think that you need to be in elected office to be influential as a politician. He has done so much from outside the standard channels of political power. He's done so much while appearing to fail, while appearing to be ridiculous and a phony, that it convinced a lot of commentators to not take him seriously. The January 6th committee takes him seriously. The underlying belief of the January 6th committee is that Bannon played some informal but nonetheless influential and fundamental role in bringing together key leaders around Trump to plot some sort of response to the outcome of the election. He wants to say specifically that there is some sort of collusion between all the branches of government, the media, perhaps finance and big business in the United States against people like him and people like Trump supporters. And so for him to be able to, again, to perform all this in front of cameras, in the media, to show himself being attacked, persecuted, convicted and likely imprisoned by these forces that he's been saying are unhinged and dangerous, this is perfect. So making himself a martyr is a given here, and it fits into a perfectly designed narrative. There hasn't been a lot of indication that Bannon was formally involved in planning the riot as it took place, but he coordinated his media efforts, it seems, with other high-ranking Trump officials. Mark Meadows would be key among them, in order to accentuate and enhance the feeling among a lot of Trump supporters that there was some existential threat taking place, and also that a legitimate response was about to manifest. I think that he knows he's in serious trouble right now, but he still sees some potential to rally his base around what's going on with him, and I think he's eager to do that as long as he possibly can.